Do you believe this? From USA Today. Headline is Many kids in the U.S. never drink plain water, study finds. From the University of Pennsylvania, between 2011 and 2016, about 8,500 children between ages 2 and 19. They defined water as plain tap water, bottled water, and most people drank sugary drinks, diet soda, sweetened fruit juice, blah, 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 blah. Well, I think that's it. I kind of skimmed it. But
when I was a young kid, I mean, I would never go. I mean, I'm impressed with my children because when they go to restaurants and stuff, they're like, sometimes they're just like, I'll have water.
Yeah, but look who.
But when I was a kid, no, but they'll order it. Like if they want to order a Sprite, we let them order a Sprite. Shirley Temple, we order Shirley Temple. Sometimes they ask for it, but
Shirley Temple.
Yeah, it's grenadine in Sprite with a cherry in it. It's like a red sodary drink. But no, they'll just automatically order water. I very rarely growing up, like I'd go to a restaurant as a kid, I order a Coke.
Yeah.
Like always, like 10 out of 10.
Coke Classic.
I like Coke Classic when it came out. I remember the little glass bottles with the Christmas edition bottles with the pop tops on them. I like those. But I used to, growing up, I can't tell you how much Coca-Cola I drank. Now I haven't had a Coca-Cola in a decade, you know?
Yeah.
Last time I had it might have been with some rum when I was on vacation.
I totally picture you being like, yeah, go ahead, have a Sprite. And then they're drinking it, and the whole time you're just like...
No, I can't do it.
Like,
I can't do it.
You like that sugary Sprite?
I can't do it.
No?
No, I don't want to be like the food Nazi with them. I'm going to give them an eating disorder. Like I let them, we teach them how to make good choices, and when they want pizza or burgers, we'll take them. But like all in all, like they eat good quality food.
Right.
But I'm not sitting there like, all right, we're weighing your food out.
Yeah.
Are you crazy? Like
they're like, okay, a Sprite, and you're like, okay, so let's make some appointments at the dentist next week. No, doesn't happen like that.
No. My kids got a couple of cavities, and I think they got freaked out. They realized it was from like drinking orange juice, and you know, and then they enameled their teeth, and they were like, all right, I'm not drinking. Like we removed orange juice from the house, and so they mainly just drink water. But they understand the importance of it. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, dental hygiene is important.
Oh yeah. Do you floss?
Yeah, but I know I use the brushes.
Oh.
Yeah, I like them better than flossing.
I should try. I use the old school floss.
I don't like it.
It's like tough. It's like
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I have very sensitive teeth. Like I have to get my mouth numb when I go for a cleaning.
Really? Pussy.
That's right. I am.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Don't ever admit that to anyone.
Okay.
It's okay. Next question.
I won't. Okay. You go ahead. You go for it.
What with the question?
Yeah.
You get a shave?
Why would I?
Because I did.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna talk about anything besides. Well, what was your? Can I see your papers that you had down there?
Oh, see all the research that we put in. What about?
Oh yeah, all that research. What is the research? That's for the post.
It's from the last 3 days of us kicking around topics.
I'll definitely jump into some topics.
Please, the floor is yours.
Salt. Sodium.
What about it?
Probably the best natural rehydrant. Pink salt, Celtic salt. I was on a conversation with someone this morning. People are so freaked out about salt in their diet.
They are.
Right? And they're drinking sugary drinks thinking that it's going to act as a natural rehydrant. But one of the best little secrets is if you take a pinch of pink Himalayan salt and throw it into your water. So 1 liter of water, pinch of pink Himalayan salt, which was just in here. Shake it up and drink that. And I do that once a day, and I actually add pink salt to my food to taste. So almost every meal, I keep a thing of salt at work. I keep a thing of salt at home, and I add it. And it doesn't cause you to get that subcutaneous water retention, like when you pick your shirt up after having like a Chinese meal. You're smooth and you can't see your abs. It actually does help with muscle fullness. It does help with the pump and contracting the muscle. And a lot of times when we remove too much sodium or we try and go too clean from sodium, it can actually work in the reverse direction. Which is why when you go have cheat meals, it normally, you know, if you're eating clean, it hits really good because of the additional salt that you're pulling into your body, and suddenly you get this really tight, this muscle pump type feeling. But I think learning to manipulate your sodium for a lot of people out there who are training is something that I think they'll find is really interesting for not only rehydrating the body, but recovery.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people just in their diet.
No salt. I remove salt.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's one of the first things that they're gonna. A lot of people that I know that they do. They look at salt, they look at fat, they look at sugar, and they're like, oh, that's too much salt.
I say sugar. I say processed sugar, and I'll say table salt, but I'll say continue to use, because what'll happen is like in a few days of drinking water, like you just start flushing all the bad salt out of the body and all the crap out of the body. But at a certain point, this is why you hear a lot of bodybuilders getting flat. I mean, it could be the lack of carbs. It could be the lack of salt from them just eating so dry and so clean. There's no sodium, and you just sweat so much. So the more you sweat, you got to replenish those trace minerals.
Yeah.
So it's a really good tool, and I think it's something that a lot of people, you don't see a lot of people adding. I mean, I'll carry it to restaurants sometimes and like throw it on my food. Or,
No, you don't. You definitely don't. I mean, but it's also, again, we tend to live in this bubble, right? Because this is something that, this has been your life. This is something that I'm constantly around too. So
Sure.
it's not weird for me to hear that you do that. But for somebody else, or like, you know, they would be like, wait, what? You bring your own salt? They
I
have
want to get
salt.
leaner. I want to get leaner.
Yeah.
I want to lose something.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work that way. It's different.
And it's funny because they'll be like, oh, well, that's just got too much fat, and like, or avocado, can't eat that, that's too much fat. You know, they're just equating a lot of these things that don't add up. But yet, it's weird that you bring your own salt. I don't know. It's funny to me.